right back, Charlie's definitely.
There's always just that active red line defending. I think it's like. There's always just that active red line defending. I think it's like.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on. Oh, it's showtime, it's showtime, it's showtime. As the big man Ian Wright just said there, people deluded, I'm back again. Now we have the draw pending, people, for the quarterfinals. It's Arsenal's first time being in this realm in 14 long years. There's Arsenal fans out there who have not seen our football club be here. Again, there's some heavy hitters in the Champions League still. I'm sure us Arsenal fans hope we can go all the way. I'm keen to see who we've got. We've got 13 minutes until the draw begins, people. So, yeah. Oi, DG, you're going to have to run back that new intro beat, my guy. Soon, Lan, I appreciate that. When is the draw? 11 a.m. So we have... My mouse is poor. I got to see in Mass GCSE. 13 minutes until kickoff, dude. The man said kickoff. Well, you know what I mean anyways. 13 minutes. And I'm not going to lie. I think we're getting City or Real Madrid personally. I think we're getting two of the big boys. I don't know where you lot are at, people, in terms of who you would prefer. I don't think there is an easy game in the Champions League and whatnot. I don't think there is a favourable opponent, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, you could look at Borussia Dortmund and say, out of the teams in there, it could be a fair fight between Arsenal and Dortmund. I'd go for Dortmund, but I think about the away games, man. Apart, respectfully to Man City, who, you know, arguably the best team on this list because they won it last year. Don't want to go to Atletico away. Don't want to play Real Madrid away. Don't mind the Nou Camp, but yeah, Bayern Munich away is not easy. PSG away is not easy. Dortmund away is not easy. City hardly got any fans in it, so that would be calm. But on a serious note, I don't know where you lot would be. Let me know who you lot would want to draw. In many ways, it could be a gift and a curse because Arsenal are inexperienced at this level generally. Dortmund, to a degree, are seen as underdogs, so many people could be eyeing us up. But it's the fear of the unknown that we could put into our opponents. I think we're getting Real Madrid or Manchester City. I just think it's written in the stars with Man City that, you know, Arsenal, Liverpool and City are fighting for the Premier League. Obviously, we've got to go to the Etihad. I just think the footballing gods are going to say, you know what, we're going to install 2 more games in the calendar. So there's 3 that you've got to play between now and the end of the season with City. Obviously, Mikel Arteta is Spanish and the footballing gods are weird. So I do expect to, at some point, have to play Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid away is not easy. And I want revenge on Barca. For me personally, you can't underestimate anyone. Every team's sick in this. But I think Barca could be got. I think Arsenal can beat Barcelona across 2 legs or definitely have them at the Emirates. Bayern Munich are amazing. And we know as Arsenal fans, they've been dealing with us. But the way they're moving domestically, they can be got. And obviously, Granit Xhaka can spill some beans to Mikel Arteta about how Xabi Alonso's been able to conquer them. PSG, obviously, it's easier said than done. You've got Luis Enrique, who's been there, done it, wore the T-shirt, and arguably the best player in the world in Kylian Mbappe. But they're a bunch of stars. Real Madrid are Real Madrid. You could be beating Real Madrid 2-0 in the 90th minute. Somehow they've won 3-2. So I wouldn't want to play them. City are the big bad bullies with Pep Guardiola. So I don't know, man. I would rather play Dortmund. I would say for me, I want Dortmund than Barcelona. I want to avoid, I would say, Borussia Dortmund first, Barcelona second. I might be bugging out, but PSG third. 4th Bayern Munich. And I really want to avoid the 2 Madrid clubs. If you haven't smashed the like button, giving me your thoughts, I don't know what you're doing, people. Again, you know I try my best to make this entertaining for you lot. Allegedly, each of the last 5 teams to knock Porto out of the Champions League have all reached the final of the competition in that campaign. Hopefully, that's a positive omen. Hey. Do we start dreaming, people? The dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. In relation to Real Madrid, Arsenal have met Real Madrid just once in European competition in 05-06 last 16. As you know, courtesy of Thierry Henry, and I'm sure Cesc Fabregas set that up on our run to the final. We did what needed to be done. Now, Real Madrid, I want to avoid them. I think we're getting City or Madrid. Arsenal have never played City in Manchester City, that is in European competition, but they have played against Pep Guardiola. The Spaniard has coached Barcelona and Bayern Munich against the Gunners, winning 4, drawing 2 and losing 2 of the 8 games. His team have knocked Arsenal out of his team have knocked Arsenal out 3 times in the knockout stage. That's not good. Arsenal have met PSG twice in European competition. The Gunners went through in the Cup Winners' Cup semi-final in 1994, winning 2-1 on aggregate, and the song 1-0 to the Arsenal was born. 3 of the 4 matches between PSG and Arsenal have been drawn, with 1 victory for the Reds, so we don't have the best pedigree over them sides. Bayern Munich. Arsenal have drawn Bayern Munich 6 times in the Champions League. The Gunners have won 3 of their 12 matches, drawn 2 and lost 7. The 2 sides have met 4 times in knockout stages, and Arsenal have been eliminated each time. I'm not going to lie. Sorry, folks. You know, you get deja vu completely. This has thrown me. I feel like I've been sat here saying this to you before, people. Yeah, it's at 11 a.m. I feel like I've been sat here and said that exact thing to you. That's weird, man. I feel like I've proper traveled in time. Sorry, folks. This threw me off. I proper have been here before. But yeah, sorry. So let's get back on the stage. So yeah, we don't have the greatest of records against everyone. Okay, we've gone over the Bayern Munich stuff. Arsenal have been drawn against Borussia Dortmund 4 times in the Champions League, all of them at the group stage. The Gunners have won 1 of 2 legs on each of those occasions, losing 3 and drawing 1. But, and don't forget the semi-finals pathways are going to be drawn as well. In relation to Barcelona, we have been drawn 5 times against Barcelona, have been eliminated every time we have faced the Catalan Giants. It's cool though, it's cool. The 99-2000 group stage saw an away draw and a home 2, I think they mean 4-2 defeat and an exit at that stage. The Gunners lost obviously in 06, forget all of that. I want revenge, man. I think we smacked them up at the Camp Nou. Arsenal have only met Atletico Madrid once before in the 2017-18 Europa League semi-final, and the Gunners drew 1-1 at the Emirates before losing the return leg 1-0 in Spain in Arsene Wenger's final European campaign. We ain't got Koscielny anymore, so we might be able to hold our bottle, really and truly. You know, Koscielny, the same guy that messed up against Atletico, got, you know, dealt with countless times against Chelsea, got bullied against Birmingham, you know, obviously played in the Euros final, got headlocked by Adair. They dropped Koscielny and they win the World Cup. I'll never stop slandering Koscielny after his exit video, people. So, yeah, man, we're going to have to see exactly what this game is going to be saying. Well, you know what I mean by game, the draw is going to be saying. I don't think there's a favourable result. Spain are represented heavy here, really. You know, 3 teams still in the competition. Germans got 2. The English got 2. I can't lie to you. I'm not one of them fans that, oh, yeah, let's support all the British clubs. If it's not Arsenal, I don't give a flying monkeys. DG or Tabs are crazy. Allow me, man. I'm putting together a piece about Odegaard and Ben White. That's why you see those tabs. To be honest, I don't know what half this is, but allow me, man. Allow me. Man City, Dortmund, Real Madrid, Bayern, Atletico, Barca, and Arsenal, PSG. Don't get giddy. You scrape passport or you ain't winning the champs. Get out of here. Marcel, sounds like sour grapes, man. Don't know. I care what you got to say, man. The real draw is after this. Champions League's overrated anyways. I hear that, man. £500. The fuck? What are you talking about? Okay, I thought you said, oh, you bread. I don't know. You should. But yeah, give me Barca. Why not, man? I want revenge. I want to do what Frankfurt did to Barcelona at the Camp Nou. I want Arsenal fans to take it over. And Barcelona have fallen off. I want to absolutely move to Xavi. I still think we're getting Real Madrid or City. Oof. Could you imagine the talent that Real Madrid have? Do you know what? You can't be scared. You know, do I think we're winning the Champions League 100%? No, I don't. But I'd love to be proven wrong. And let's just give a good account of ourselves. I don't think obviously there's favourable draws, but all the teams are here for a reason. Nobody bought their way here. Unless you're City or Barca. So we'll just have to see. I would really want to avoid Atletico Madrid. So it's probably written in the stars. 2 contrasted styles. Obviously, Mikel Arteta being Spanish, I just have it in my head that there's going to be some theme around Spain, whoever we draw, whether that's you versus Pep Guardiola and all the connotations Arteta's had from both teams as well. A trip to Barcelona, a trip to Atletico, a trip to Real Madrid. It'd be nice to smash up Bayern Munich, really, based on what they've been doing to us year after year. So, yeah, man, Koscielny was a rat arse and made him and he did us dirty. Amen. Atletico will be a hard... Nobody wants to play Atletico. You know, they're annoying, they're rigid, they're galvanized, they'll make it difficult. Nobody wants to play Atletico at their place. At the Emirates, I believe we could take on anyone, if I'm completely honest with you. But away from home, woof, difficult games. And again, you have to hope everybody stays fit. Because again, right now, Arsenal's form's great. The players that have come in for the injured players have done well. The injured players are back in and around the squad. Hopefully that climate remains for what's left of the season. Because at minimum, we've got 12 games left of the season, really. Hopefully a lot more, but you'd have your 2 quarterfinal games and you've got 10 games on paper in the Premier League. So yeah, man, it is what it is. Smith Rowe is willing to stay at the Emirates. Bet you're over the moon. Chris, I still don't believe the paper talk, if I'm completely honest with you, with the Smith Rowe stuff, but I hope he does. I'm a big fan of Smith Rowe. What time is the draw happening? 4 minutes, allegedly. And it's on UEFA.com and it's also on TNT Sport. Let's make sure we got the channel up. Yeah, we do. We're ready. I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I'm so happy to be back here. This is the first season. Obviously, I've been on YouTube for a while now. We've been doing watch-alongs and live draws and all of this sort of stuff. Please smash the like button if you're on YouTube and big up you lot on Twitch and Twitter. But as I was saying, we've been doing a lot of this for years and Arsenal have not been involved. And now we are. And it's fair to say we'll be here next season. And God, please, man, my team... I don't ask for much in life, Like I respect a lot of other teams, but my team needs a stronger European pedigree. Do you know how much I want to win the Champions League? I don't think we're winning it this year, of course, but I would do a lot, pause, for Arsenal to win the champs, man. Like just one time. I'm not saying we need to be Real Madrid and that just one time, just one time. Like we're too big of a club. Arsenal fans, young and old. When you mention Europe, obviously we've got European trophies. If you're old enough to even remember that, but it's filled with pain, man. It doesn't matter if you're what's a good age, like 10 years of age or 50. Us in Europe, it's just pain, man. Europa League final, World Cup, Europa League final, Champions League final, Cup Winners' Cup finals. Was it against Galatasaray or something like that? Many semis and quarters and all these things. That is crazy. Give me Barcelona. We'd love to see that. Barca or Bayern, pray you, man, don't see us. The ball is round, DG. I believe we can beat anyone we come across. Inshallah, my guy, listen, it all depends what Arsenal turn up. It's about the fight. The more you go on in this competition, it's about the fine margins. Like, take nothing away from Real Madrid and Carlo Ancelotti. Big team, big manager, big players. But it's those fine margins, Of course, tactics and all these things play a part. But it's those split-second moments. You look at Real Madrid, the last time they won the champs, they were staring down the barrel of defeat several times, and then they made it happen. And we need to go to that next level. Of course, we beat Porto over 2 legs. We came from behind. We did what we needed to do. We showed our bottle on penalties and things like that. But a couple of our players across those 2 games, if I'm honest, they look like players that, obviously, as you said, the ball's round. It doesn't matter if you've played in the Champions League, Europa League, any sort of game. It's a professional game. You've played in hostile environments. But it felt for the first time that you could see a couple of our players, whether it was mentally, whether it was nerves and whatnot. It was their first time in this competition, man. So, yeah. Bayern are that team, man. Everyone was writing them off after the first leg against Lazio. These, man, are never ones to be messed with. Bayern, it's super Bayern. You can't write off anybody. You can't sleep on anyone. Really, everybody, again, whether I would respectfully to Borussia Dortmund, I would say whether you're Arsenal, Atletico, Barca, Bayern, City, PSG, Real Madrid, they're probably the team everybody's looking at. But they've got nothing to lose. If they go out of this quarterfinals, it's business as usual. If they win, it is what it is. And to be honest with you, people should be looking at Arsenal and saying, yeah, they're one of the best informed teams in Europe. They're doing well. They are a difficult team to play. Arteta's doing his thing. But the majority of the squad, not the hand-picked few, they're inexperienced. It could be something here. I mean, in the summer, I said last 16 is a minimum. Truthfully, I have to be a bit honest. I was hoping on the quarterfinals. We've done that. I'd love to get to the semi-finals. I think that would be respectful and respectable, better yet. Who wouldn't want to be in the final? But again, once you get to the final, there's no, like, if you're not going to win it, I don't want to hear nothing, man. If you want to be the best, we got to play the best. Bring on Madrid. I mean, I would want to avoid Madrid, but at the same time, you're right to a degree. Again, there's no hiding spot. How much, like, if you're Benjamin White, for example, how do you know how good of a defender you are if you're not against probably next season where Real Madrid is concerned, but a Kylian Mbappe in PSG or Vinicius Jr., etc., etc.? How do you know you're a good attacker, Saka, against some of these great players? So again, we should be fearful in a respectful way, but we should also be fearless. We pray to be back in these situations. So let's just get it done, man. Essentially, Who would you prefer outside of Dortmund, Barcelona, man? I think Barca could be got at, really. I think, you know, to be fair, you do have to be scared of teams that are in a bit of disarray and stuff domestically, because sometimes that can G them up in the Champions League and whatnot. But I think Barcelona, player for player, we could give them a game. I think if they don't pay off referees and stuff, we could bop them. I think Arteta's a better manager than Xavi. I think man for a man, they've obviously got some talented players, but I back our guys better more than them. So I'm kind of cool with that, if I'm honest with you. So I'd say Barcelona. PSG, on the basis of excluding Luis Enrique's tactical nous and killing Mbappe, I just think they're a team of individuals, and that can't happen. Bayern Munich are still Bayern Munich. You have to respect them, but yeah. Let's see United getting the draw. I don't know where that's from, but fair enough, man. Appreciative to you lot tuned in. You lot are really biting the bait, Marcel saying in the chat. 7/8 of the teams that went through played the return leg at home. So again, these are things that could provide the difference, really, and could make the difference in this home sort of way. Hopefully, where Arsenal's concerned, that's a benefit. We've almost got 100 likes. Can we make sure we're smashing the like button, folks? Again, I'm sure that this is being streamed on YouTube, so open up another tab, mute that, and take me in, or watch it on TV. I would, if we was just on Twitch, then I could show it to you guys, but we can't. I think Arsenal have some grit and have learned from last year. Xhaka in the squad right now would have been monumental, but in Declan we trust. Yeah, that's true. There is a bit more grit and determination in our team, but I just think we need to be a bit more seasoned. I think, you know, in Europe, I always say when it comes to football, experience is overrated, but it can't be overstated. And I think that's the added layer now. It'd be nice to get to the final because it's at Wembley, man, and it's a special one for us, really. Bayern would be a good game. City, PSG, Madrid, always dangerous. I think Arsenal are getting City or Real Madrid, as I said. But for me personally, if I had to guess the ties, City, Dortmund, PSG, Real Madrid, Mbappe, Derby, Arsenal, Atletico, and Barca, Bayern. That's what I'd have to guess if I was being honest. Semi-finals, I'd be satisfied, but I want to win it, so always got to strive for the best. Amen. I mean, they're doing the adverts and stuff, so it's pending, my dude, man. It's pending. Second leg at home is huge. That would be lovely, but you still got to do the business away from home, really and truly. You still got to do the business. Oh, and Dortmund have Karim Adeyemi, my guy. Jadon Sancho up against Bukayo Saka. Shout out to Jadon Sancho. He found a way to still be playing Champions League football, making Ten Hag look like a donut. First leg of the quarterfinals between Brighton and Aston Villa games in April again. And if Arsenal are still fighting for the league, Mikel Arteta said we have one of the finished squads he's going to have to navigate. This is why I tell fans, stop drawing conclusions on players that are in or out of the team. We're going to need everyone. And that's where you kind of, I guess from a selfish point of view, maybe in hindsight, these things work out, but and I'm not saying we would necessarily beat Man City, but you would love for this international break to have not come and had to have played City at the weekend. And obviously Chelsea going through in the FA Cup means that game hasn't been chalked off. I think Real Madrid I don't know. Who would you lot say is the favourites for the Champions League? Because for me, it's Man City to a degree because they've won it before. They've got Pep Guardiola. Real Madrid have won this God knows how many times, and they've got a great manager. And the new blood for Real Madrid's great as well. Why for that? I don't know about that. Stop reading, Jess, man. Stop reading. I definitely didn't. I went, got big up, Jess. Going on that channel was like Anfield away. I held it up where I'm press resistant. Bernardo Silva. People tried to tell me Kyrgios' best strength is his passing. Get the fuck out of here. Shout out, Jess. Apologies for the language. Come on now, man. Ridiculous. But you lot are reading, man. Hopefully it gets you lot the numbers and that. Yo, DG, do you play football at goals? I think I say you once. Not sure what you mean there, but I play Power League occasionally. Come on, let's get the draw going. Oh, Arsenal, Atletico Madrid. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm getting a bit nervous now, people. Come on, I like you've been here before, bro. Been here before, man. I can't believe it. Arteta, thanks for bringing us back to these moments, man. And I know Arsenal are not going to win it, so we're going to have our day. But it was good, the 2 legs against Porto, especially the home one. The amount of rival fans, my friends in my group chat, rival content creators, they all tried to scheme on us. They all tried to, attend our funeral, and we proved them all wrong. Do you know how much of a hater you got to be to watch a team you hate for 4 hours and still lose? Still lose in terms of we won. I'll take City over Atletico. I don't know, man. Do you know what? Because based on how Porto played, you times that by 1 million from Atletico, we might be in trouble. And plus, Atletico Madrid away is crazy. I think they said Simeone's been there like 11 years now. Time flies. This is another day in the office. I hear that. Boy, Madrid favourites, but Bayern would be the dark horses. Tuchel is going to be doing everything in his power to revive something. Won't matter as we're winning it all, though. And to be fair, he's been there, done it. Oh, wait. Why is John... Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's over. John Obi Mikel's there. Ex-Chelsea, man. Yeah, Arsenal are getting drawn some silly stuff. If it's just second genuine. I'm scared of everyone. I respect everyone. I'm scared of everyone, but let's get at them, man. Get a grip, DGY, for that. Act like you've been here before. I ain't been here before in a hot minute under Mikel Arteta, man. I ain't been here before, man. Allow me. It's nice to be here. It's nice to be here. It's nice to be here. I can't believe it. The job. You know what? Let's get gas, man. We're winning this whole thing. Calm down, man. Eddie's in the cut. Eddie's in the cut. Let's go, man. Hurry up and draw the teams. And also, you got to remember, folks, the path for the semi-finals will be drawn as well. So we'll know whoever we got to play, what we got to do in the next one. I don't quite think we've got the experience or the squad to win the champs, but you never know, man. Cup football is crazy. Hopefully, the football gods bless us. John Terry did give us Porto. Fair enough, GD. Fair enough. It's Elise. I was after his racism, innit? Really. Arsenal, Real Madrid. I'm screaming Real Madrid or City. To be brutally honest, I think we're getting one of the two, if I'm honest with you. We all know City are getting the easiest team if it's not Arsenal, essentially. That's how the world works. I mean, I've never been a fan of calling people football terrorists and things like that for obvious reasons. Imagine winning it in London. Just imagine. I do imagine. And then we got to wake up and realize our dreams. Respectfully to John Obi Mikel and UEFA, nobody cares. I have to watch it on mute because obviously copyright, but nobody gives a flying monkeys. Big him up. He's a great player. I'm sure he won this when he was at Chelsea, but we're just here to see the teams that are drawn, man. Oh, yeah. Well, to be fair, Marcel, you should know all about a Simeone masterclass. We're talking about hater logs. That was one of the best games I watched, you know. I think the whole world was against Liverpool in that game and whatnot. Okay, shout out to you. Don't know what relevance that has today to us, but okay. Big him up, though. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. They always do the most to stretch out the jaw. I don't know what it is with them. They do way too much, man. Way too much. John Obi Mikel, big footballer. Good footballer back in his day. But obviously, doesn't play anymore. And I don't really care what he has to say at this moment. I just want to see the teams that are drawn. But to be fair, that was an ugly performance. In some ways, it was so beautiful from Simeone. And I think it's not even necessarily with Simeone's men how they set up. Obviously, it is, but it's the mentality around it. They're going to kick you. They're going to waste time. They're galvanized. I'm sure you all saw the fallouts. You know, Griezmann getting at Alexis and all of these things. As you always say, the dream is free. Hustle sold separately. Amen. City, Bayern, Arsenal, Barca, Real, Dortmund. I think you mean. I hear that. This is a big chance for Arsenal to win the Champions League this year. Trust. Inshallah. There's a guy that looks exactly like Cedric. I was just about to say, why Cedric there? Come on. Road to London. Imagine winning it at Wembley. Funny enough, the last time the Champions League final was in London, I want to say, I'm sure the last one was Bayern Munich, Dortmund. I was there. I watched that. That was crazy. Robin live is... Seeing Robin do that cheat code on his left live is crazy. Seriously, on our day, I think we can beat anyone. Listen, anyone could beat anyone on their day, but when is the day? What's the climate going to be saying, etc., etc.? The draw is finally going on. Let's have it. Please, God, be with us. I know we're getting City or Real Madrid. It's a nice watch from John Obi Mikel. Let me hold that. You don't need that. What team's in his hand? He's struggling to open the team. Are they setting him up? Who's this? Arsenal. Oh, I would bid draw first. God, please, man. God, please, man. Okay, written in the script. I've seen this. Congratulations, Man City and Real Madrid. I know we got you lot. Arsenal been drawn first, so we're the home. So yeah, that would mean we're the home team in the first leg. Bro, having a proper nightmare. Come on, boys. Come on. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Dortmund. Please. Oh, Bayern Munich. Let's have it. Boy. Woo-wee. Arsenal, Bayern Munich. Let's move to them. It's written in the stars. We knew it's written in the stars. Harry Kane. Hope he gets a warm reception at the Emirates. Let's go, man. Make sure you play Eric Dyer, please. I know that much. All right. Arteta, get to the scouting. What a way to start this. To be fair, listen, Bayern's a difficult game, but I'll have that. It's better than City Madrid. Obviously, Bayern is still a difficult team. Big up yourself, see. Atletico Madrid, who they been drawn? I'll have that. It's easier said than done, but I'll have that. In my head, people accepted Man City, Real Madrid. I genuinely thought we was going to draw one of them. So I'll have that. It's not easy. I'll have that. We all know City are going to get Dortmund. Respectfully, Dortmund, I hope you do a madness. Sancho do a madness, but we all know. It's written in the stars. Harry Kane scores and Spurs fans cheer him on against us. But that's not today. We'll deal with that. Hey, Johnny Obi Mikel, man, you need to open these things like you actually got some home training, man. You're struggling. Borussia Dortmund have been drawn. Atletico Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, folks. Congratulations, Borussia Dortmund. I'm going to back you lot against Atletico. So you've got Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Atletico Dortmund, and Nick continues, people. Arsenal fans are too be humble, man. Be humble. None of these games are easy. Bayern Munich do look like they can be got at. Hopefully, Granit Xhaka can provide some secrets, but myth. Real Madrid, the one team nobody wants to play in it. No one wants to play these, man. Already got Bayern. What City get? Dortmund. Musiala against Rice. Boy. The wickedest thing is, I think if you play around, Saliba and Gabriel are going to have to be in top form against Harry Kane. And I don't know if he's fit, but Upamecano, all of these guys, I think Bayern Munich's defense can be got at 100%. Spoke it into existence. So another Arsenal Tottenham matchup. Yeah, man. It's something like that. Ooh! Real Madrid have been drawn with City. Come on, hey, come on. Let's go. But to be fair, that's one where you wish both teams could go out, isn't it, really? You wish both teams could go out. Because if City go through, Pep Guardiola's a madman, Real Madrid is crazy. The Haaland derby. Woo-wee. That is crazy. The semi-final draw hasn't been done yet. No way are Dortmund beating Atletico. We hope and pray. Do we play the winner of Atletico Dortmund? The semi-final thing ain't been done yet. It's going to be done just a second. You just got to let them get through this. No more 8-2 foolishness. Buy and count your days. Boy. Saliba, Gabriel. Yeah. Tomiyasu, Thomas Partey, Gabriel Jesus. Listen, one love to Kai Havertz up front. We're going to need you in the champs. Kiri will big you up. But the Spartans, you need to get fit immediately. Barcelona against Paris Saint-Germain. This is all the matchups were going to be good in it, but there's some good matchups in this competition. We're in the quarters. You got no choice but to have this. But yeah. So now it's time for the semis. Pause. I don't know. That sounded scary. I think even if we get past Bayern Munich, which is a big if, I'm screaming the winner of Real Madrid City. And I must admit, big up UEFA, because as much I always criticize the live draws and things, this one's moving a bit more streamlined than in previous years. So yeah, shout out to them. If Barca don't beat PSG, to be fair, I don't know, man. That's a techie one. Luis Enrique back over them sides as well. Shout out John Obi Mikel's agent, because how did he get this gig? The winner of quarterfinal. I mean, is John Obi Mikel? Your hands over the thing, so it just says winner of quarterfinal, and I think it means 2. But his finger is over the number, so I can't make out what's going on there. I think we'll wait till it comes on screen. Wanted Dortmund, but it is what it is. I mean, football's weird, man. You know, Inter are not a poor team, but no one had them down to make the finals. I'm sure Benfica in the semis last year, they were doing their thing. You can't write off anyone, man. That wouldn't be a bad semi-final opponent if we get through on the same side as Atletico and Dortmund. But I think I've missed that, really. So winners of quarterfinal 2 play the winners of quarterfinal 4. So we avoid PSG Bar. So we need to see the graphic because, yeah, this is a bit confusing keeping up with this with my adrenaline. So the winners of Arsenal versus obviously Bayern Munich will play. They got Richard Garlick and Edu. Edu looks stressed. Why are we stressed? We've come a long way, man. How can we lose if we came here with nothing? No one rates us to win this. We can't lose, man. Happy to be here. So the winner of Arsenal Bayern. Bro, John Obi Mikel, come on, bro. You can't even see. Let me just wait for the graphic. The guy's finger's over the thing. So if we beat Bayern Munich, we've got Real Madrid City. It's the Champions League, man. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, lad. Wait, what? The final? What's the balls for the final thing? What's this? Wait, what? What's this, people? Oh, you got bare quarterfinals and semi-final football to be played. What's this? Is this some premonition thing? Oh, the winners of semi-final 1. Okay. I'm a bit confused for the last draw being made. I'm a bit confused. I'm a bit confused about this part, but yeah. Of course, we have to beat Bayern, then City Real to reach the final. No chance. Listen, I'm counting my blessings. We got Bayern Munich because if we beat them, which is a big if, and we have to respect our opponent in front of us, boy. City Real Madrid, boy, it's a madness. But this is what we wanted. Oh, what's going on here? TNT Sports, what's going on? Are you lot going to show us a graphic in its entirety now? Okay. So let's pause that on the screen. Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid versus City, Paris Saint-Germain against Barcelona. Once again, you've got Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. It's written in the stars after how they've embarrassed us in the champs. We've been missing for so long. We're back playing them. Obviously, you've got Chelsea, former Chelsea man, Thomas Tuchel. You've got the Spurs boys and Kane and Dyer. I say former Spurs. Kane came from our academy. Don't forget where you came from. Big up Serge Gnabry. It's written in the script in it. Kane scores and then celebrates and Spurs fans twerk. Gnabry scores against us and does, oh, I don't want to celebrate. But if we can do a thing there, I'm on it. I think you have to respect Bayern Munich. Sorry, they've got lovely individual quality. Obviously, they got great players. It's a difficult ground to go to, but I think they could be got at defensively. I'm not going to lie, though. You know, Leroy Sané up against Zinchenko, scary. And then if you get through up against Phil Foden or Vinicius and all of them attackers, scary. So we all would have loved Dortmund, innit? Respectfully to Dortmund, but I am happy to avoid Real Madrid and Man City for at least now. So yeah, once again, the quarterfinals, you've got Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain, Barcelona. And then obviously, should Arsenal go through, it's Arsenal. The winners of Arsenal, Bayern, better yet, play the winners of Real Madrid City. Pause that. Yeah. Hey, what are you doing? Yeah, so yeah. The winners of Arsenal, Bayern play the winners of Real Madrid City. And then obviously the winners of Atletico Madrid. Why is this freezing, man? You're messing up my whole flow. So yeah, the winners of Atletico Dortmund play the winners of PSG Barcelona. Whoever wins between Arsenal and Bayern Munich plays Real Madrid and City, or whichever one wins there. And then the finals, where you can't count your chickens before they hatch. You know, the more we go in this competition, the more experience will play a part. The only thing that concerns me with Arsenal Football Club is I don't know what the dynamics going into that game, into these games will be. Obviously, right now the club is healthy. People are coming back to fitness. The squad players are doing all right. You know, for optimism purposes, we came back against Porto. I don't look at the league table, but allegedly we're top with 10 games to go. Hopefully these things remain. Players are coming back to full fitness. Hopefully there's no injuries. There's no negative run of results. So I wouldn't say it's a free hit. I don't agree with free hits. You know, you're in it to win it. A football career is short. Nobody expects Arsenal to probably win this. There's people who are probably a bit more optimistic against Bayern Munich than you would be against a Manchester City or Real Madrid. But these are tough opponents, and anyone can win it on their day, essentially. I think in terms of learning our lessons from the Porto game, don't shoot yourself in the foot. You know, you look at the first leg. We were poor, but did we deserve to lose? No, but you left. As I said, I think the Champions League comes down to, yes, tactics and all this crap means something, but it comes down to fine margins and moments of brilliance and things. We lost the ball 3 times around the edge of our own area. That Galando guy scored an absolute banger. If you do, it's not enough to be good. You have to be great. Don't play with fire. Obviously, we came back from behind at the Emirates and we found a way to win, take nothing away from the performances and what the manager told them to do. But we probably need to find I think we managed our mentality well, but we need to become tiny bit more mentality monsters because across the 2 games, it did look away at their place. It looked like a bit of collective nerves, and nerves isn't always a bad thing. Nerves doesn't always mean you're making mistakes. At the Emirates, I think we were a bit more mature because we picked our moments when to kind of go for it and when to be a bit smart. But a couple of our players did look like they were, you know, they look like they're playing at that level for the first time. So if that was what we're saying about the last round of 16 and now we're in the quarters, yeah. And I think one thing that obviously goes against Mikel Arteta is he's not been in at this stage. That could be a gift and a curse. That naivety, because you've never been here before, could obviously benefit us, but that could also be a curse. You look at, you know, Thomas Tuchel, he's been here before, Pep's been here before, Carlo's been here before, Enrique's been here before. I don't know. I don't even know about Xavi or the Dortmund gaffer, but you get the point. Simeone's been here before. So it's a good test, man. It's a good test. Let's do our homework. I mean, if they're playing Eric Dyer, let's get at them in it. But it'd be lovely to go to the semi-finals. It's just a shame that it doesn't get any easier, does it really and truly, folks? You know, if you somehow get through against Bayern Munich, you're rewarded with either playing the current treble holders in Man City or the big bad bullies, Real Madrid, which really the Champions League should be renamed after them. So, yeah, man. We're just going to have to keep doing our thing. Arteta versus Tuchel. How many times has Tuchel beaten Arteta? I don't know, man, but Champions League. You just got to earn the right to win, man. And this is where I'm going to need my players, every one of them, to stand up to be counted, man. Didn't Jermaine Genius get the World Cup draw gig? Agents can make things happen for you in this life, man. They draw the home team for the final, DG. I hear that. Holy, we got our work cut out for us. I mean, I agree. But I'm not being funny. It's big Champions League. When did we think, like, what did we think was going to happen? What did we think was going to happen? Like, this is the Champions League, folks. Great draws. Lots of past beef between a couple of them. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be really, really interesting seeing the Champions League fixtures, if I'm honest with you. Obviously, as a no longer watching the Champions League as a neutral. Arsenal are in this now again, but it's going to be some interesting clashes, man. Some very, very interesting clashes. You know, PSG Barcelona is always an interesting one, if I'm completely honest with you. Like, I think when people talk about Kylian Mbappe, they talk about the World Cup. But one game that stands out for me is, if you remember a few years ago, Kylian Mbappe at the Camp Nou completely silenced them. So PSG Barca is going to be interesting. You know, Xavi against Luis Enrique. You know, Luis Enrique has gone all the way in this competition with Barcelona, is there with PSG. And PSG are probably going to undertake a rebuild. This is the last time for them to kind of achieve their dream of Kylian Mbappe winning the champs. And for Mbappe, I would imagine in an ideal world, he would have loved to have won the champs in his home nation and then go off to Real Madrid. Dortmund versus Atletico. Don't really know what to make of that. If I'm honest with you, I don't think that one is the one that's going to sell too many tickets for when you look at everything. But yeah, shout out to Simeone and whoever the Dortmund gaffer is. Arsenal Bayern, it was always going to happen, innit? I thought we was getting City or Real Madrid, but yeah, can we banish those wounds of us getting smacked up several times against Bayern Munich? I'm sure we beat them at the Emirates once as well. So, you know, let's get it going. As I said, they got former Spurs dons, Tuchel's there. You know, you've got Sane is a former City lad, Gnabry's a former Gooner. To be fair, Spurs try to spin it that Spurs beat us. We could say Gnabry did his thing, innit? And obviously they got Musiala. We've been linked with Kimmich. Now they got Kimmich. Real Madrid City's a tasty one, man. It's towards, you know, for Pep Guardiola being for a Barcelona man. I know he's been at a couple of clubs since then, but him playing Real Madrid, it's going to be difficult. You know, you've got the mad scientist, which is Pep Guardiola against Carlo Ancelotti. He's also a fantastic coach and a tactician in himself. And Real Madrid have got that aura in this competition. And as I said, Real Madrid for me are the scariest team, man, because the couple of times they've won these ties, they've been staring down the barrel of defeat, like they're going out. They haven't necessarily been the better team. But when Carlo starts doing that, things happen. And Carlo does booky things. You might just see Valverde right wing for no reason. He does little things. And then they've got the experience. They've got the new kids on the block now. You know, Jude Bellingham looks like he's been there forever and so on and so forth. That'll be a great clash. So it is what it is. And then, you know, you look back. Oh, man. Surely that means the Aston Villa game on the Saturday, because that's my birthday, the 13th store, that is going to move. Surely. But yeah, you know what? We've got at least 12 games left of this season, people. 10 in the Premier League. Obviously, you know, you've got 2 in the quarterfinals. We hope we go all the way through. And then we're rewarded with, as we know, either Man City or Real Madrid, assuming we go through to the semi-finals. Let's just give a good account of ourselves. As I said, I wouldn't have it down as a free hit, but it's a free hit in that, you know, Mikel Arteta, this is your first time back in the Champions League as a coach and at the latter stages. As for a bunch of these players, it is. And, you know, you've got people like Declan Rice, who has won a European trophy. Kai Havertz and Jorginho have done things. There's, you know, Partey has played in the champs with Atletico. There's El Nene was here when we was in the champs, even though I don't expect him to play. There's a lot of players with transferable experience and experience in high pressure environments, even if you played in the Europa away at some difficult grounds. But collectively as a team, we ain't been here before. So I think there's many things we could learn from the Porto game, and we're just going to have to see, man. Boy, it's easier said than done. I'd pack the middle of the pitch and don't let them breathe. I'm happy I'm not Mikel Arteta. It's crazy one of these teams ain't making it past this stage. What a blessing. I'm hoping Real Madrid go through. City will dog walk this Madrid side. Think they cracked the judge last season. Boy, Brighton away, Bayern home. Boy, and again, for Mikel Arteta, he says we got one of the finished squads. This right now, it looks healthy. We're winning games. Players are coming in, doing whatever. And I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news or scaremonger anyone. Couple injuries, we're fucked, lad. Harry Kane, dagger, I'm here for it already. A10 Malik, that's a why. Chelsea fans crazy. But yeah, shout out to yourself. I'm way more comfortable playing City versus Real. The path to the finals look nice. And I don't know, man. I think with the foreign teams, I think Porto is the first time, excluding Lons away, a team's just kind of set up to kind of stifle our play. Other than that, in the Champions League, people have made it a football match and we've cut teams open. But again, as much as it's about tactics and individual quality, it's this upstairs, man. It's the ability to focus and control those nerves and things. These are big things. Kai Havertz, he makes defenders make mistakes, and these men have Upamecano. You're hoping to God Upamecano's fit. All the fans who wanted Bayern in Madrid, you got your wish. To be fair, though, like, unless you were screaming getting Borussia Dortmund, like, there was no chance. If we beat them at home 2 or 3-0, then I'll say I think you mean we've got a chance going to the final. We need some elite players, man. This is where you need a standout player. It's easier said than done, but I'm here with that, man. I'm here with that. Dortmund versus Atletico is a stinky game. I'd have taken Madrid or City in a one-off game, but over 2 legs is long. Trust. A one-off game, I think we can move to anyone. When it comes to the 2 legs, and for me, it's the away games. It's the away games. Because even in the champs up until this point, when we've gone away from home, or even Europe in the last 2 years, really, when we've gone away from home, these have been the moments that have been like, ooh, PSV even the last, I'm reaching, but PSV last group stage game, we did well, obviously, against Sevilla, but it didn't start well. Obviously, Lons, we lost. Porto, we lost. So I reckon we can move to anyone in the Prem, but Away from home, it's a different ball game. And obviously, we're not Manchester City. We're nowhere near there. But, it took them a while to obviously, from the moment Pep walked in, like, he's been bullying the Premier League domestically. But when it came to conquering Europe, he had a lot of twists and turns and teething issues there. So I think naturally it's going to take us a while before we can even speak like that. But I would love to be mentioned in the same realm as, you've seen City, Liverpool, Man United, all these teams do it. The very fact that we ain't a shame. DJ, if our team turns up, we can end so many narratives. People aren't watching the Bundesliga, so we haven't been able to see the Bayern drop off. But if we do our job, it'd be beautiful. I hear that, Ben, and you're not wrong. But I've counted 2 ifs in that sentences. Ifs, buts, these things are scary in football, bro. But you're all right. Of course, we get the hard route to rub salt into the wounds. We would play home first leg in both semis and quarters, seeing we get past the quarters first. Even that, you're not going to have, obviously, the boys, Mikel Arteta, all of these guys, they did what they needed to do. But we was at the Emirates. That gives you an extra thing. You saw Odegaard from every second doing all of that. You might not necessarily have that. So this is why I think it's about fine margins and mental, really. And again, what's the best way to learn is by being in these situations. The vast majority of these players haven't been in this before. I don't care who we draw. The competition is who the best in the world is. True. I think Tuchel's played Arteta once. I feel like we beat him when he was at Chelsea. Their defense is a bit suspect, but it depends what Arsenal turn up, man. We can't shoot ourselves in the foot like a couple of times in the Prem this year. This mountain that we want to climb is crazy, but Arsenal must measure itself against the competition in the Champions League. After this experience next year, we'll do much better. I must admit, for me to truly dream of winning the Champions League, not to belittle anyone in the team, because, definitely during the Emirates era, collectively throughout the whole squad, there's the more likable players. But I think I go back to what one of the comments said earlier, in that for me, I think it's a thing where it's easier said than done, but we need a couple of players with just a bit more individual quality. Obviously, Saka's a small boy where it comes to the Champions League, with the greatest of respect, but Saka's got that, Odegaard's got a bit of that, Declan Rice has got a bit of that. And it's easier said than done. But this is where you want to look at your team and see, there's an Mbappe, there's a Haaland, there's a Vinicius, there's a Bellingham, there's a collection of these kind of guys, really and truly. Arsenal versus Barca, final, run it back. You lot know me, I wanted Barcelona today. UEFA have issued Bayern supporters with a ban from attending the away leg of their last 8 tie after fans threw fireworks onto the pitch. They'll find a way, and to be fair, Bayern Munich fans are kind of mad. What's that chant? What's the one I heard on the way to Wembley in the final? Super Bayern, Super Bayern. Hey, it's bare noise. If I gave you the option right now, A, lost to City in the league, beat them in the semis, or B, beat City in the league, lose to them in the semis, what are you taking? Oh, wait. What was there? You got to read that again. If I gave you the option right now, lose to City in the league, beat them in the semis, or B, beat City in the league, lose to them in the semis, what are you taking? B, because I don't think Arsenal are winning the champs or the Prem, but I think the league is probably more realistic. Zinchenko, Kiri or Timber will be there. I'm not going to allow any trust Timber and Tomiyasu still. I can't lie. Big up everybody, Shout out all of them. Big up Daniel. But yeah, man. It's scary. Semi-final against Madrid/City. Yeah, Arsenal ain't making it out. Well, neither Liverpool, mate. Because innit? Oh, yeah. History merchants. Allow me, man. When last have I ever got to say that? Boy. Yes, DG, not going to lie. Kind of gas we got Bayern. It was written in the stars. Whoever wins our bracket to the final win the champs. Gnabry is back as well. Liverpool and Man City are way better than Bayern. We can beat them. Again, but I hear that, and you lot are not wrong. But then you lot are saying on the day anyone can beat everyone. Don't underestimate anyone. And then you lot are saying this. I don't know. We just have to wait and see, man. April is going to be jam-packed. I mean, to be honest with you, what a fantastic few months of football. We've got the Premier League title race. Then, I'm not going to sit and say I'm watching Europa League every week and Conference League and that. But we've got what's left of the domestic season here. Obviously, from April to May, we're going to watch the FA Cup final, the Conference League final, the Europa League final, the Champions League routes. You got the Euros to come up. It's great to be a football fan, man. But it'd be nice to get to Wembley, man, because it's in our manner. Arteta and Xhaka denying Kane trophies again, inshallah. DG, do a comparison of last year's squad, of the last squad Arsenal had in the quarterfinals versus current squad, and see the big difference. I hear that. But these are small boys. I'm not even trying to boy them, but it's small boys. Listen, I rate everything we've got. but they ain't been, they ain't been in these scenarios before. Whatever you say about Bayern, their manager and their players have been there. Real Madrid lived this. City lived this. Atletico lived this. We're trying to live this. And that could, that youthful naivety or inexperience, sometimes that could be a benefit, because you're kind of free from, you're so naive, you don't know what to be scared of, kind of thing. But what I would say is belief and disbelief are infectious. When you've seen Real Madrid pull things back, you look at all of their players, it's like everyone, chest starts puffing out, they move crazy. Naturally, teams in football, when one man looks scared, other man are looking scared. I don't want to keep having to look to, and I'm not saying this has been the case, but I don't want to look to just Declan Rice or just Odegaard. I want everyone to stand up to be counted. Big up Benjamin White as well. Mbappe versus Haaland final watch. I wanted Barca ever since the summer. I can smell blood in that team. They're not winning a thing. It's going to be intense, but if we want to be the best, we need to be like the best. Partey, Rice, Odegaard is what I want to see in the final, but front three is where it gets interesting. Havertz or Jesus. Arteta's got to do the Bandulu, because I can't lie to you. Assuming everybody's fit and we're playing today, I'm not going to lie to you. Raya in goal, the two boys in Gabriel and Saliba centre half. This is if you put a gun to my head and I want to win a game. Benjamin White, you're obviously playing right back. Zini, Kirill, got time for you lot, but it's a bench thing between Timber and Tomiyasu. You lot fight out. One of you's playing. Martinelli, you're my guy, but Jesus, you're going on the left-hand side. Kai Havertz, you're playing up front just because you're dodgy like that. You're going up front. Bukayo, I need you. Listen, Saka, one love for the penalty at the Emirates, but the more we go on, we need Starboy to turn up. So, yeah. And this is where I'm looking at, even though I'm scared to play him, but this is where the Zinchenko's, the Jesuses, the Parteys, the Jorginhos, the Kai Havertz's. I know he's never played in this, but Declan Rice being a European winning captain, these are the moments now I want to see. Really and truly, because if you haven't been in this scenario, you've got transferable experience. We need to build that football heritage. Would love for us to have the opportunity to play Madrid and PSG or Barca in the final. I would love to give a good account of ourselves in this competition, because that's when you gas other players to join us. We'd bet Gooners over the form of this Bayern team. I think the Porto game was a blip. I don't even think we played poor against Porto. I just think that we could have broken them down and done a couple things differently. But I think too many football fans get warped in this idea that Arsenal, definitely of recent, we've been scoring great goals, playing great football with Mikel Arteta, and they think that that's just how football is going to be played out all the time. It's not how football works. There's the majority of you lot know. If you haven't subscribed or smashed the like button, what are you doing, folks? Keep your thoughts coming. So, yeah, man, now that we've had time to really settle down, what do we actually think of such people? Like, I mean, I don't know who you got down as the favourites for the Champions League. For me, like every armchair expert, I'm never going to... It's probably the team that you least expect that goes on and does it, of course. But for me, it's always going to be between Man City with Pep Guardiola and Real Madrid, really and truly, because this is Real Madrid's competition. Like, what other team sums up football heritage like them? Pardon me. I hope we've got something for Bayern, man. Xhaka, you need to be snitching immediately. But at the same time, while these teams look crap domestically, sometimes when teams haven't performed in their domestic league, they've done very well in Europe. That's why, to a degree, beyond the obvious of not sleeping on Bayern Munich, why you can't sleep on Bayern Munich. Barcelona, I don't expect them to win it. But when things are going crap domestically, things can happen, really. You look at when Chelsea won it the last two times. They haven't been amazing. Real Madrid, a couple of times they've won it. I'm sure the last time they won it, they got smoked in the league by Barcelona. So sometimes you need to be careful, really. And, if you're Bayern Munich, I'm sure they're going to fight for the Bundesliga and try to deny the upset of what, Xabi Alonso's men's doing. But at some point, again, as I said, you want to go for both. But at some point, surely you sit there as players, with the management and the coaching staff, etc. But surely at some point, as players, when you're sat next to each other, you say, you know what, boys, we're not going to give up on the league. We're going to keep trying to do what we can do, but it is what it is. Real Madrid, Champions League, whether it's Real Madrid, Bayern, or whatever, this, like we've seen in examples, we're going to give our all for this. And again, of course, I want Arsenal to go for both trophies. I don't think we're bringing either or. And I don't think we're quite a team that can do something like that. But we might have to pick things. Kai should be fired up. You and I can't even remember if Jorginho was there and he won the champs with Chelsea. You must have been. But you've won it. You know, how many players that participate in a Champions League actually win it? How many people win it twice? Why not? Eddie's actually our last player to score against Bayern. That must have been pre-season or something. Annoyed we're at home for the first legs, though. Not gonna lie, it is what it is, man. It could, for me, it is what it is. It's a learning curve. It's experience, in it. I agree with you. Of course, it's frustrating, but we can't always have it the way we want. These are the scenarios. You know, I want Arsenal to obviously to go to the level I want. I think we need to address certain things in the market, but I want us to be a team. It don't matter if we're going home or away. There's a certain temperament and belief, and also where you look at the Bayern Munich, it's a long way away, but the Bayern Munichs, the Real Madrids, domestically, Manchester City and Liverpool. While I'm not, Arteta has convinced me that whether we win, lose or draw, we're not going to get, things can happen, but we're not going to get smacked in these games. Like, you're not going to see the 4s and 5s and 6s. We're going to be somewhat competitive. I want to be able to walk into these scenarios and in a nice way, not be shocked if we win, especially domestically, where you look at City and Liverpool, where we've taken 4 points off Liverpool. They're a great team. We've obviously beaten City at the Emirates, which is, well, to be fair, last couple of times against City, we'd be doing all right, but unheard of. I want us to go into these games where we're excited, but we're not really gassed that we've beaten these teams. Who do you think is making it to the final in the other half of the draw? Honestly, I don't know, man. I need to... Is there a website where we could see properly how they've done it with both sides? I don't know, you know. I don't know. I wish y'all... Why is this not coming up? I wish our players were not playing in the break. Jesus has a tendency of getting injured. We need to do what these City players are doing. All of a sudden, you're seeing Haaland pulling out, Kevin De Bruyne pulling out. Saka, do the right thing. PSG or Atletico. To be fair, it's written in the stars, isn't it? Being away, both legs could kill us. I hear it, and you're right, but at the same time, it's a game of football, bro. Like, it doesn't matter if you're playing home or away. Like, the pitch is the same. The ball's the same. Go kick ball, man. And it's true, but we can't always have it our way, man. Let's do Barca or Arsenal for 06 get back. I hear that. I seriously think the first game at home will be a blessing. It gives us more to prepare for the second leg away. Going into that with a win would be crucial. It's true, but imagine you go, we win 1-0 at the Emirates, and then you're going away to Bayern's place, trying to preserve that lead, and then we concede early doors. What's the headspace saying? And this is where these are the learning curves. Saka needs to step up this match on another level. I'm here with that. PSG Barca are going to be a good game. Amen. I'm telling you, that defense in Bayern would get destroyed in the Prem. They would be a top 4 side, but the defense lacks IQ. I think we can get at their defense. I think their midfield is good. I think they've got some great attacking options that could cause us trouble. But I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I think, you know what? Defense, even if we go out, if Upamecano, Eric Dyer, these kind of players are there, they play that weird little high line and there's a lot of space, get at them. I could be wrong. Who did Bayern Munich play last year or the year before? I swear they played City or it could have been Chelsea. They played someone in England and they were absolutely horrible, man. Absolutely horrible. They can be got at. But as I said, when your stuff is going poorly domestically, this could be something that gives you a source of joy. This is something to get galvanized behind. I wouldn't say I'm filled with blind confidence. I'm not disrespecting any of the oppositions. I don't think Arsenal definitely have no divine right to win. I've got confidence in what Mikel Arteta is doing, that we're building in the right direction, that there is stuff to be optimistic about, but it's a different ball game, man. It's Champions League. It's a different ball game. It's not even, sometimes you could be the best team over, the majority of the 2 legs, but you can still go out. You've got to take your advantages. And it's scenarios like this. One love to Kai Havertz, because I'm not dissing him. I've been supporting him, as you lot could see. But this is where I want a striker. Even if he don't start, this is where I need confirmation. Like, who is my gunman that's going to put that ball in the back of the net? Who is my winger that's going to make some magic happen? This is where Thomas Partey, I don't know what you need to do. You need to get fit. Big up Jorginho. There's a time for you. But this is where I need my experienced players. Gabriel Jesus, I've seen you play left back at the Bernabeu and turned it on. To be fair with you, I'm sure Zinchenko had a good game at Real Madrid a few years ago, back to his City days. I am not saying I want to see Zinchenko rock up and play in that scenario, assuming we go through versus Bayern, but you get the point. Boy. And it's games like this. I can't lie. I wish we had, you know what? I wish we had Granit Xhaka in the squad, you know, because I know he's not going out like a pussycat. Haaland masterclass. I hear it. To be fair, Real Madrid have 1-2 injuries. Hey, that's a serious super chat. Appreciate you. Been rocking with the best from the beginning. Keep doing what you're doing. It's an inspiration, bro. Thank you. You lot. What can I say, man? I feel like Aaron Ramsey and Wenger when they were leaving the Emirates. Appreciate that, man. I'm just here to be here with you lot, man. To be fair, you lot are making me a lot more optimistic about our opportunities, man. I seriously think the first game at home will be already saw that, but you're right. Personally, does Brighton get pushed? It'd be 3 days before the game. Honestly, I don't have a clue, but this is where the comments of Mikel Arteta saying we've got the finished squad. I hope this doesn't come back to bite us, man. This is where I'd love another wide man. This is where I'd love a striker. This is where I'd love a central midfielder or two. I know Zinchenko and Tomiyasu have come back in recent weeks, but for a large part of the last few games, Cedric has been our only fit defender. I'm not belittling our club. I'm just looking at the tools that we have. And I don't think it's enough for the champs. I think it's enough to give us a great account of ourselves. I do think we could almost be the new kids on the block and just give a good account of ourselves and cause people issues. But yeah, man, how many minutes left? Thing's done. Great draw. It's the champs. No easy games. We've got to step up if we really want it. There you have it there. We have nothing to fear against these teams, people. They aren't even playing well in their leagues. Atletico and Barca aren't doing well in La Liga, and Bayern and Dortmund not playing good either. That's true, and you are right. But the climate in a month from now might be very different. And as I was saying earlier, sometimes in the champs, when these teams are doing crap domestically, they're another level in the Champions League. Was we necessarily the best when we got to the final in 06 in the Prem? No, we definitely weren't. The Bayern reps were not smiling when they drew us. Why would they? Because, you know, we're doing exciting things. Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, our backline is better than theirs. I hear it. I big up my guy, Coach Gerald, man. We need to get you back on the channel. Like he said, spin the block season. Hopefully the dinger's got petrol and we do this properly, man. I mean, what is fear? You know, if you're not scared as a human in any scenarios, especially when you hope to complete a task that is something you haven't done before, are you human? It's about how you channel that fear. For me, we've got nothing to lose. Yeah, the rival fans will laugh at us and blah, 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 but nobody expects us to win the champs. People definitely don't, to be fair, it's a bit of a lie, but people don't expect us necessarily to beat Bayern Munich. We could, but they don't expect us to. They definitely don't expect us to beat City and Real Madrid. So just give a good account of yourself. If you've got nothing to lose, that should be vindicating as a human being. If I'm completely honest with you, that should free your mind. Like, what's the worst that could happen kind of thing? No, shit, they got done over by City fair. Yeah, that's it, yeah. City showed the blueprint. Arteta, you and your coaching staff got to get it popping, man. That's why we got to smash a 3-0. If Leverkusen can do it, then we can do it too. It's true, and not to take anything away from that, but the dynamics are different, though, man. That's a league game. It's not. It is decisive, but it's not really decisive. So yeah, I can't lie. We have to suck it up. Oh Lord, and deal with it. We can't change it. Just handle the two legs properly. Easier said than done. And for me, I hope there's no injuries, no shenanigans, no red cards, no suspensions, all of these kind of things. And this is where I'm going to have to learn about Arteta, because as much as the players are learning, he's also learning. And beating Porto was a step in the right direction. If I had to criticize Mikel Arteta for all the praise I give him and all the things I rate that he's been doing in this present day, I'm very concerned about his record in Europe. Because when we've got through in the Europa League, the Olympiacos, the Villarreals, the Sportings, across two legs, I don't feel we've managed it properly. Porto was a step in the right direction. I'd also say the FA Cup. And I would also say, you know, the further we go on in this competition, the more I'm learning about Mikel, because as much as it's a mental game for the players, it's a mental game for the manager as well. I love the fact that Mikel Arteta is living and breathing every kick with the players and doing all of that stuff. Because you're going to need that. I've obviously never been a professional footballer, but if you're, just imagine, you know, I don't know why I'm saying this, but you're Zinchenko, poor example, but you're Zinchenko, you're feeling a bit panicky in the game. You're looking at Arteta and he's galvanizing, he's G and belief, or he's nervous as well. You might be shook. If he's looking like he's on this, then you're going to be on this as well. And that's where I need my experienced players to step up really and truly. Let's be honest, Saka and Saliba needed their hands held in the second leg, sorry. It was the Kai Havertz's, the Martin Odegaard's, the Declan Rice's, the Jorginho's, people with transferable experience to a degree, Trossard in terms of being an experienced footballer. It was these guys that were setting it. So they're going to need to, sometimes you need to carry your teammates along, man. It's just about getting the job done. It's not really, it's the business end of the Premier League season and it's the business end of the champs. It's not about, obviously it's about playing well and all of that stuff. It's about getting things done. It's the business end, man. Who we got? We got Bayern Munich. No Bayern fans in the first leg. It's going to be interesting. You know the Bayern fans are going to somehow probably say they're Arsenal fans and slip in. Why do so many people look down on Arsenal? I don't know, pardon my language, but anyone who looks down on the club, fuck them, man. If you're not an Arsenal fan, it is what it is. You don't have to like us, man. A's up till we freeze up and all of that. Arsenal got one of the best defender. I think you mean defend. Well, Arsenal got one of the best defender midfield cores in the Prem. Our final third is a bit less convincing, though. But I get you now. But we can push any team hard, and I'm sure we will, by God's grace. DJ, are you sure you'd rather beat City in the league than in the semis? If we somehow get through that, inshallah, then we're looking at either PSG, Barca, Atletico, Dortmund at Wembley. Jay, I hear you, and you make a good point, and I would rather win the. I don't think we're winning both or either. Sorry, Arsenal fans, I want to be wrong. That's just what I believe. I think it's a task too high, but one day we'll do our thing. I'd rather win the Champions League. If somebody said you lose, you're going to win the Champions League, but you're about to lose every one of these remaining 10 games, or exaggeration, but you somehow still get top 4, but you shaky results. I'm doing that. But I think Arsenal are more likely to win the Premier League than the champs. I know there's exceptions to the rule, but when you're looking at building things, it weren't like Pep Guardiola, the Champions League was evading him, actually. If anything, there was many bumps and bruises, and then they finally got it over the line. You don't really see someone win in Europe and then bully the domestic league. It's like you need to become the kings of your homeland before you start, getting on ships and sailing over the world and conquering other stuff. It would be nice to get to the final, though. It would be nice to win the Champions League at any given opportunity for this football club, because we've never done it before. And it'd be nice to win at Wembley. Shouldn't Waters have been taking those Cedric minutes in the games we was winning 5 or 6? I suppose so, man. I'm with you with that. I'm a bit stressed with Bayern draw because they've got good players who, if they turn up, it might be peak. The Bills, you're right. But again, even you could say it with Dortmund, but I think Dortmund's the only team that, had we have got, people wouldn't be saying that. You could say that about everyone. It's the Champions League. It's the business end of the Champions League. Like, we're not going to have no easy run. Nothing in life worth having is easy. Like the Prem, allegedly, because I don't look at the league table, we sit top of the table. Smash the like button if you haven't, folks. We're top of the table. There's 10 games left. Nobody's going to give us anything. So this period now for Arsenal, literally from what is left of March all the way to May, it's just about getting the job done. Whatever you lot set for yourselves in August, whatever goals we revisited in Dubai, this is where we wanted to be. Again, this is a chance for the football club to kind of breathe, because, we've gone through against Porto. We've been winning our games. We got City after this. We got must-win games, man. So we're going to have to see, right? I hope there's the same fight with Arsenal against Bayern Munich as these cats. I'm hearing these cats make a hell of noise outside. You don't need to shut up. Would Martinelli and Timber be back for that game, DG? You'd imagine Martinelli be back. With Timber, who knows? And to be fair, with it being 10 Premier League games left, and obviously the Champions League, Timber might be fit to play minutes and be on the bench, but he's going to need to get up to speed. And is it fair to expect him to do half of these things? He's been registered in the champs, but yeah. Do you think Sancho performs in an Arsenal shirt? We got Super Mick Arteta. He does crazy things, so probably. Partey is so needed, fully fit. Yep. Harry Kane back in London, the Arsenal bully. Marcel, what a trophy for Harry Kane. I'm sour, man. I don't like when you say that. Muller calling out Havertz. It's already started. Havertz, no chattings, just slappings. Let's not do chattings. We have to beat the best to be the best. Our chatting the boys need to show what they're about. We got Bayern, bro. We've got Bayern. And then if we beat Bayern, we've got Manchester City or Real Madrid. Declan's on the yellow as well. Imagine no Declan Rice, assuming we went through against Bayern Munich. Imagine no Declan Rice in the semis. See why you need a squad? All you can do is pray, man. All you can do is pray, innit? All we can do is pray, man. All we can do is train and prepare well and give ourselves the best possible opportunity of doing something. Other than that, all we can do is pray, people, man. But you see why you need 2 6s? DG Muller calling out Havertz. What has he said? Yeah, but Havertz is funny though. Muller's funny. He's on banter, man. To be fair, he's one of the rare footballers that have some personality, really and truly. What's he said? Because I can't see him tweet now. Woo! It's finally sinking in. Jorginho will get run over in this match, especially off the ball with Musiala. Boy, check Muller's Insta. It's just bants between the boys, man. But Havertz don't reply, man. What's Muller's Instagram? Let me just type in Thomas Muller. Thomas Muller. Can't really see it. What is this? Oh, green screen. It's not going to happen. Oh, in his posts.
And it's Arsenal. Kai Havertz, my friend, I am waiting for you. No, it's
just banter. It's just banter. Hey, Havertz, make sure you move to them. Make sure you move to them, man. Make sure you move to them. Make sure you move to them. And to be honest with you, when you look at our initial Champions League, our Champions League metrics in our re-debut or our debut under Mikel Arteta, obviously the bulk of these things have not been at the business end of the season. Respectfully, we've had a favorable group, but where you look at the goals we've scored, the defensive stats, relatively we've done well. Obviously, the very fact that the very fact that we came from behind against Porto gives me a lot of confidence. I'm also happy that Bayern Munich fans are not actually going to be at the Emirates, if that is true, because that gives us something. But then, Arsenal in the Champions League this season, fewest goals conceded, fewest XG got conceded, most clean sheets. Who's really tried to... Listen, we earned that, but nobody's really tried to attack us like that. Who's really tried to attack us in this competition, really and truly? And Arsenal can only play what's in front of them. I'm not belittling the club, but Lens weren't on nothing like that. Sevilla weren't really on that, and Porto definitely weren't on nothing. Bayern Munich, these clubs are finally going to throw some extended punches, in my opinion. Arsenal's heaviest defeats in the history of this competition, boy. I don't care how we do. I want revenge, man. And if we do lose to Bayern Munich, pardon my language, let's not go out like some fucking pussies. Like, please, let's go out like some real G's. Go out like some Spartans, man. And you look at our possible fixtures, it's not easy. You've got on the 31st, Man City away. 3rd of April, you've got Luton. Then we have Brighton away. Then we've got Bayern Munich at home. On my birthday, April the 13th, make sure you store that. That is the most important day of this whole calendar. We've got Aston Villa. Then 3 days later, we have Bayern Munich. Then probably going to have the Chelsea fixture. Then we play Tottenham Hotspur away from home. And then potentially on the 30th of April, provided we do what's going on, you could play Real Madrid or City. I believe that means Bournemouth. Then you've got Real Madrid or City again. Then you've got a trip to Old Trafford. Then you've got Wolves away. Then you've got Everton at home. So if our mentality really has changed and gone up another level and all of those kind of things, we're gonna have to show it. We're really gonna have to show it. So yeah, man. Bro, DG, don't show me these things, man. I'm already seeing Instagram shoving the 10-2 in my face. I don't need any more. Leave it to the players for the motivation. I hear it. We can't forget the past, man. We can't forget the past. We're still a little ahead of our schedule and our long-term development. I'll be happy with a semi-final appearance. I'll be ecstatic with a final. Still plenty of room for this team to grow good times. I agree with that. And there's nothing more I can say. Musiala's a baller, man. Clamp him, bro. Just all I can say. I know it's easier said than done, but Sunday League, you play against players that are fantastic footballers. What happens? Clamp them. Just kick them out of the game. Musiala, you might as well join us, You might as well. That's why Saka and Rice should have called sick for England. Trust. Uncle Partey has to be there to take that yellow for Declan if needed. Listen, big up Thomas Partey, man. He's a quality player, but like a man still, for the guys and girls out there, are we still optimistic about Partey getting fit and staying fit? Like I love the guy as a footballer, but it's long now, man. It's long. It really is. It's long now. But yeah, this is where I think you need the Partey Declan Rice, Odegaard trio. This is where I would have loved to have had another number 6 in the squad. This is where I would have loved to have had another versatile attacker or a striker, a winger. I think another defensive option. And this is where my challenge is to these boys: maintain this form, especially the players that have come into the side for people that are more regulars. And the players coming back, the Parteys, the Jesuses, whatever you think about him, the Zinchenko's. This is where the experienced players have to stand up to be counted, man. Oh, man, we are the most hated, man. And if everyone around us wants to treat us like underdogs, then keep it moving. Take the pressure off. We'll prove you wrong. Fair enough, man. Just get the job done. Just give a good account of ourselves, man. I ain't played FM in time. I'm locked out of stream. I'm trying to get my account back, really. I can't log in, so I can't use my saves. Bayern's midfield and defense are severely underperforming, but that attack is still frightening. And on the day, man, like, you know, you look at when we beat Brentford, they rocked up with a weakened 11 and they gave us a game. You look at the games where we've, you know, our most standout performances this season, you know, when we beat Man City, when we beat Liverpool, and when we, you know, in terms of complete performance, beat West Ham, did we accomplish that with, on paper, what was our strongest 11? Anything can happen, man. And this is why you need a squad. There's been 28 game weeks in the Premier League. And as you lot know, there's been different protagonists and heroes and villains along the way. Kai Havertz, you know, public enemy number 1, early doors of the season, first name of the team sheet now. This is now where you need a squad. And this is where I think we ain't got enough depth. I think we're reliant on too many individuals. I think the games are probably coming too thick and fast. And obviously, you got to remember, if you're playing on a Saturday and on a Tuesday, Wednesday, this is going to take a lot out of people physically. Someone like Jorginho, I don't think he's got the legs to be doing that on a consistent basis. So we're going to have to take the rough with the smooth and see how it comes, man. But for now, let's just enjoy what's going on. And Mikel Arteta is going to have to be cute and clever and rest players as well at times. But where is that rest coming in the Premier League? If you are top of the table, you've got 10 games left. There's not a single easy game. It's very difficult now, because if we want to achieve what we want to achieve, you know, we've got a potential semi-final against Real Madrid or Man City. Before that, we need to deal with Bayern Munich. We still got to play City at the Etihad. Still got to have the North London derby. You can say what you want about Manchester United. We don't have the best of records at Old Trafford. Like, I'm 28. I've seen my team win the league there. Since then, it's not been smooth sailing. Gonna have to stand up to be counted now, man. What I would say is, you know, since the turn of the year, the optimism, we feel a lot better. We should be a lot more confident and comfortable in being able to climb this mountain. But it's easier said than done. You know, if you ask the Lord or God or the universe for strength, you're going to be put in muddied waters and tough times. So we need to stand up to be counted and give a good account of ourselves, man. More often than against any other team, all comps in the last 16, most recently in 2016. Bayern Munich will face Arsenal for the 5th time in the Champions League knockout stage. Boy, progressing on each of the previous 4 occasions. Time to done their dance, man. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. So it's gonna be a difficult game, man. It's gonna be a difficult game. We've got 272 likes, people. Can we get to 300? If you haven't smashed the like button, what are you doing? So yeah, man, it's gonna be a difficult one, man. But yeah, and another thing that's making me a bit shook is what you lot just said there. I completely disregarded the Declan Rice yellow card thing. And if it happens, it happens. I don't want Declan Rice to play with a handbrake. If you got to take a yellow, you got to take a yellow, man. Really and truly, you have to. But it's a good test, though, because regardless of how it ends for us, which I hope is in glory, if I had to bet money, I think personally, I think we could go through against Bayern Munich. But I am starting to believe semi-final is the maximum we can get to. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends in the quarters, but at least in May, we can see where our project is, what processes as part of this project we've accelerated, and where we need to go. Really and truly, and the same extended to the league, regardless of how that plays out as well. Hit the like button if you haven't. Timber is very good at turning players, keeping control. Yeah, but the man's not fit though, man. We have to allow him. Instead of buying another centre defensive midfielder next summer, I would move Timber to CDM. He can play there, but nah, I'd just sign another one, bro. We need everyone back healthy and competitive after the international break. A fit and firing Partey, Timber, Jesus, City will be needed the rest of the way, hopefully, man. If Declan gets a yellow in the first leg, how many games will he miss? You just missed the second leg, innit? This is where we want to be at. Exactly, and that's fundamentally it. This is where we want to be at. You want to be the best, see how far you are away from being one of the best, and, you know, try and plug the gap, essentially, which isn't going to happen this summer. or the summer beyond. But that is where we want to go. We want to be a football club that, you know, does it our own way and gets Arsenal back to the glory days, but in the way that City have been the envy of the world, Real Madrid have been the envy of the world, Liverpool have won some trophies and significant trophies. We want to do that. These are the waters and these are the roads that you have to go down, really. So it is what it is. Luton at home will be the game to get minutes in the legs. Yeah, but then even that, and I hear you, and I don't think you're wrong, but Luton are fighting for their lives. Like, and this is, you're getting to that point of the season in the Prem where weird things are going to start happening. Rash yellow gone, not only applied if he got one versus Porto, would have missed the first leg versus Bayern. I mean, if that's true, T, then music to my ears, then. I don't know any of that stuff, if I'm honest. Upamecano should be dancing with the stars. I'm not going to lie. Jesus needs to get him. Jesus left wing, get him. Even Martinelli. But again, I would want to play. I could understand. Obviously, a lot of this is recency bias, but I would more lean, and big up Trossard. You did your thing in the last game. But Jesus on the left, Jesus on the left, Kai Havertz up front, Saka on the right. I want to, especially Kai Havertz and Jesus, now's the time where I want to lean on these players that are more experienced. Now more than ever, and I'm very pessimistic on Partey being fit, now is where I want to see you, Thomas. And to a degree, Jorginho as well. Even Zinni. I know it's people will see it as a suicide mission, Zinchenko being involved in the latter stages of competitions. But yeah, man. Nah, it applies to both quarterfinal legs as well. Rather Declan get the yellow in the first leg and hope we batter them, then he get one in the second leg. But as unlikely as it is, I want a double. And hearing Raya say he wants both shows we have the desire amongst the players. I think there's not a single player within that squad that doesn't want to win any or both, really. I do like the way Raya conducted himself and spoken. You know, I think maybe a bit of youthful naivety from Bukayo Saka. Like, I mean, there's every logic with wanting to win the Prem, but when Henry asked if the Prem were the champs, I expected Saka to say both, or maybe even the champs more. But I get it, because as a player, and especially Saka, who, you know, domestically, you know, for the last 2 years has been doing amazing for us. I guess he's got that monkey on his back, or that voice in the back of his head that should have went differently. So yeah, man, I'm with you lot in that regards. I'm fully with you lot, man. 10 more likes and we have 300, folks. If you've hit the like button, big up you lot as well, people. Again, I guess I'm going to have to make some videos reacting to this as well. Bayern Munich, folks, eh? Bayern Munich. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. It is what it is, though, man. Muller is my G, but he's just talking. I've watched way worse teams than Arsenal whipped them this season. I hear that, but the dynamics are different, man. Big up DG51. Heritage is waiting on you, man. I'll be there. Andrew, take a day off, man. Many. We don't mind, though. We don't mind. We thrive off hate. We love it. We're the youngest in charge. We love it. You see what Mikel Arteta is doing, man. Make sure you get your Arsenal Champions League winning. Yeah, I can't do it, man. There was no chest to that. There was no chest. Oh, I tried. Then I started thinking about everything. I'm going to put money on Harry Kane bagging 2. But you know the script. Just have to hope we can combat against that. You know the script with Harry Kane. You know exactly what's going on. Against the ish teams, our subs need to step up. Fabio, Tomiyasu, Chosa. I hear that, man. The pressure will either be make or break this, will make this side. Either way, it's a good thing. I mean, in life, you know, you have to be broken to be made again, innit, essentially. So it could be something in that regards. I'm watching their games from now on. Hey, Carlos Cuesta, Mikel Arteta, every coach, go and watch these guys. Pressure makes diamonds or it busts his pipes. Iron sharpens iron. You know, the only thing that can harm iron is rust. And I don't think Arteta is on the stagnation thing. Yes, DG, you know where it is, bro. I'm happy to have Bayern, bro. Have that experience to play a big team in the champs. But at the time, I think it would be a tight game. I'm here for that. And I mean, one thing that's given me confidence is Saliba and Gabriel, with the exception of the Porto game where Saliba weren't terrible, but in my opinion anyways, you showed your age for the first time. You look like a 20-year-old. I think them two have stood up to be counted. The whole defense, when it's come to needing to perform well, whether they've had good games or not, I don't think anyone's run away from the physical tests or, you know, the just tests of playing good players. And they're going to need to stand up to be counted against Bayern Munich, City, potentially Real Madrid, just anything that's left of this season and beyond, really and truly. So we're going to have to see. We've got 308 likes, which is amazing, people. Big up you lot for doing such, people. With that being said, though, we've been here for 90 minutes. I don't want to waste any more of your time. I'm going to go and get some videos done for you lot reacting to this and whatnot, people. So, yeah, appreciate you lot's talking points, opinions, etc., etc., etc. I probably will go live at some point again today. I just want to finish some video I'm doing on Gareth Southgate, Benjamin White. I guess I'll make an edited piece on Bayern Munich as well. So, yeah, man, you lot, smash the like button. Let me know your thoughts. Peace. And in fact, we need big moments in the Champions League. I know a YouTuber who's on that.
Against this right back, Charlie.
Because you always use that active red flag defending. I think it's like